Let's start. I'd like to call to order the special virtual meeting of the Cave Creek Unified School District Governing Board. It is 4:03 p.m. Item 1.2, roll call. All members of the board are present, and members of the cabinet that are present are Dr. Regan and Mr. Wheeler. Item 1.3, formal adoption of the agenda. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Item 2.1, action to approve the procurement of emergency generators and a distribution system and expenditure of funds to repair the existing transformer system.
So moved.
Is there a second? Well, lost my script, sorry. The motion is, I move to approve the superintendent's request to procure emergency generators and electrical distribution center and the expenditure of funds to replace the existing transformer system. So now I need the motion.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion, questions?
I mean, there's a lot of discussions and questions.
Right.
I mean,
Where do you start? Right, yeah.
yeah, I mean, like, it's just funny because we just literally had a board meeting this week and we were talking about funds, and here's $450K sitting right in front of us. So I'm going to just kind of let you guys give a little backstory. Obviously, I mean, we've got damage and there's a lot of $150K to run us. I mean, how long are we running on temporary generators, and then what's the work to get done, and what's that time? Because obviously I'm assuming there's ordering of things and so on.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
If you, I'll just start with what happened. The back.
Yeah.
I get the light things, and then you'll go into the technical.
Sure.
Does that sound good?
Sure.
So on Monday, as I was communicating, Monday evening we had an electrical fire, and it caused significant damage to the main transformer at our central plant. So that's where we had affected schools that had no internet, had no phone, and the AC was an issue at Cactus Shadows. From there, we had to call in some contracted services to assess that. And we mobilized, it was APS, actually it was Sabino Electric first, to come in to really understand what was the problem. And it took through Tuesday to understand that we had some rodents that got into the transformer and made significant damage. And so once we knew of that issue, we were able to, actually, they knew what they needed to do to replace some of these significant facilities. And so that was through Wednesday that they were working on that. We felt confident enough that, I'm sorry, I'm just making sure my days are right as I'm doing this.
I think it was more Wednesday, but that's okay.
Yeah, Wednesday, right. And then we felt confident that everything would be restored, and it was by 1:30 this morning. And then we came upon another issue that happened, and I'm going to kind of turn it over to David because it's pretty recent.
Yeah. So, as you know, we had a lot of storms last night, and let me even back up a little bit. What we didn't realize with our transformer is that there was a rogue line without coming out of that was going straight to Cactus Shadows High School. That line did not have a breaker on it after it went through there, and it was not labeled. So we were in the dark as to how that would. We had no idea it was going to affect Cactus Shadows. We thought we were just doing the central plant. So we were able to understand that better. While that was going on, we had the storm last night, and it actually knocked out an APS transformer at the front of Cactus Shadows High School. This is all going simultaneously, so we were wondering why, when we were identifying the line that goes in the Cactus Shadows, why it wasn't working. And turns out Linda was able to get a hold of the APS folks this morning. they came out. Their systems, they have redundancy, and they have they were able to basically reset a switch, and they were back up. Not so fortunate for us, but at least we learned that. And then on top of that, because we had the APS people here, they came over to our central plant and looked at what was going on, because at that point, we weren't really sure, were we causing a problem in their equipment? Was their equipment causing a problem for us? And they helped identify that rogue circuit that I was telling you about. And with that, I'll just go ahead and let you take over, Linda. And of course, there's a huge safety issue right there. You can take from there, Linda.
Oh, hi, everybody. So I do come with good news. As of about 3:55, we actually have located and restored power to everywhere. Cactus Shadows, Central Plant, the IDF. We've identified with the help of APS that rogue home run. So now we know where it is, and it's been labeled, and we won't lose track of it again. And we anticipate being able to have sustainable, safe power moving forward. I am still, Dr. Reagan, I still think it's in our best interest, since we just restored power a few minutes ago, sent the guys to go get dinner because they've pretty much been working nonstop day and night. And when they come back, we'll walk Cactus Shadows to ensure again, so getting chillers turned on and getting set points turned down and getting things pulled off takes several hours. We learned that in the first week of school. And so when they come back from dinner, they're going to walk the campus and use the temperature guns and see what's happening. So I still think that if we can have a half a day of asynchronous learning so that we have time to do a full walkthrough, ensure that everything is safe and sound, and the way it ought to be for students returning for study is our best plan. But I defer to all of you guys because you're dealing with the community. But, at the end of the day, I feel like this has been a very big, it's been a very big issue. Dealing with high voltage is very dangerous. And the fact that we had so many pieces that really weren't labeled or accounted for or speaking to one another, I just feel like if we take a little bit of time to really make sure everything is secured and buttoned up in the way we need it to be to bring our students back safely, is probably our best plan. But I think that's the best update that I can give you. And the IDF room is also receiving true air conditioning from the chiller.
Okay.
So we feel confident now that moving forward, also our network and communication systems will also be taken care of, and we won't be without those anymore either.
Yeah, and just the IT team has been monitoring the temperature in that server room all day because, and Linda's group team actually provided a fan over there to help keep the heat out of there because it wasn't getting air conditioning. And if it hit 100 degrees centigrade, we were going to have to, that would degrade our equipment. We'd have to turn the, basically the network and our phone systems off, and that also impacts our cameras, etc. But fortunately, we didn't. Daniel, who's on the line, has been monitoring that all day, and we never hit the 100 degrees centigrade, so we're in good shape there. And now we're even better shape now that Linda has told us that that room is getting air conditioning.
And being back on restored is obviously on the life support of the generators, correct?
Yep. Yes.
Yeah, at the present time, Board Member Moore, that is correct. However, we do have an interim plan working with a couple of the contractors. And we do believe that perhaps as early as Monday or Tuesday, we'll be able to have the initial transformer that was, unfortunately, the squirrel was in there, and that's what caused the fire and started the whole thing. So we have made a lot of repairs to that. We need one more properly sized fuse. The transformer is, I think, 34 years old, we finally determined. And so sometimes finding parts can take a day or two to source them. But once we get one additional fuse that's properly sized, we believe with that and the rental of the actual we call them buckets, but really what they are is different breakers and panels in the service entrance. We're going to have to rent some of those temporarily, and we can maybe get off of the generator system as early next week, which is desirable because it is more expensive than any of us would want it to be. And then we can function kind of in that interim plan for a few weeks while we make a permanent plan.
Yeah, and just to add to that, right now, that 150,000 was priced for 4 weeks, Dan. So
Okay.
if we pull it back, that's great. But that's at least what that 150,000 is, mostly for the rental, for the service panel or distribution panel that Linda was talking about, and for fuel, because we're have Synergy trucks come out and fill that diesel, and you got a diesel tank with these rentals.
But the burn rate is very high, so
Yeah.
I don't want to kid you about that. The fuel is a big piece of that, Board Member Moore. So we're going through probably 1,800 gallons a day. So that's why we need to get off life support as quickly as we possibly can.
Gotcha.
And we also need that breaker from our transformer to Cactus Shadows. We gotta rewire that. And I'm not trying to make that sound trivial, but that's a big one too.
I don't know, honestly, Dave. After the last couple of days, that feels pretty small.
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna say that one seems, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Are there other transformers in the district besides this one with Cactus Shadows?
So there's the one at Central Plant where it started, and then there is one at Cactus Shadows that had to be re-energized again today. I think that's another piece of kind of why I'm asking for this continued asynchronous learning is I'm new to this department, and the electrician who's very skilled is also new. And if we have some extra time, I just want to take like a leisurely walk and really look things over and sort of start to identify what we have, what age it is, what kind of maintenance we might do to help extend its life, what things can we do to help ourselves so that we can stop having these catastrophic failures, right? So if we can start coming from a kind of a predicted kind of thing that we want to do instead of reactive. Yeah.
And then are we putting any kind of rodent deterrent in these areas that can create this kind of harm that we witnessed?
Well, hopefully.
I mean, I hate to ask the silly question, but
It's fine. It's still kind of a puzzle to me, Board Member Moore. I don't know, because the cabinet, so the transformer is housed inside of a metal cabinet. It has no holes, it has no rust, and the door closes securely. So in talking to people, apparently there is something and it's on a concrete pad. So those are the things you usually do. But apparently, I guess in times of rain and storm, it actually gives enough shift in the ground that rodents are able to squeeze their way into tiny places. I will speak with our pest guy because I know that we have a lot of policies around what kind of pest control we can do in the areas where students are, but where these things are housed, there should never be students there anyway. So I think maybe we need to step up kind of what we're doing back there on the backside. I also did send someone from transportation today. It's an area where, because of the hoses that come from the temporary chiller, there's a lot of moisture. And for my taste, it was rather overgrown and rather inviting to rodents. So I sent some people from transportation who needed some extra hours this week. They spent about 4 hours clearing brush and trimming back and making it so that it's less appealing. There's less shade. There's still a water source. But again, I think if, Rocky, I call him Rocky the S'more. If Rocky the S'more and his friends want to have a cookout again, maybe they'll move on to another place because we've made that place less appealing to them already.
So we don't need to have like a campus cat.
Well, that's an option.
It'd be good for the stress too. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, but you know what though, that squirrel was pretty big.
So we just need a real bobcat.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he was. I guess the particular name is they're called rock squirrels. They're unique to the desert, but he was pretty big and pretty hardy. Yeah.
Okay.
And Crystal,
Any other questions? Okay.
SFB. I mean, how do we
Yeah.
feel about submitting to that? And have we looked back and seen what all we've submitted to SFB in the past and what got approved and denied, just to understand our track record?
yeah, I was going to say, Linda has done a lot of legwork, and go ahead, Linda, because
Yes.
about our status and how we're how we've improved that status.
So at the current time, we actually do have 7 open projects with SFB. Some of them were not being updated as they should have been. Crystal Hansen and I have taken steps in the last 2 weeks to ensure that we're getting up to date and that we're no longer in violation of our terms and conditions. I have already prepared an emergency request based on this. I sent out a project assessment today to several people. I have been making, I think, very good headway with our liaison. Her name is Deborah Marino, because that's really the key to getting assistance from SFD is you need your liaison to want to go and fight for you and get your project in front of people. And she's been very generous with her time and her guidance. She's aware that I'm new to this and that we have a lot of very critical things and that our finances here are very tight. And she actually was allowing me to send her information in a preliminary manner today so that she can advise me on which phase we should apply for. So it may not actually qualify for emergency money because she's very well versed in what's what. And then she said it might be better to be sent out as a building renewal. So she's basically looking over the assessment that I sent out to you guys earlier today, or Dr. Reagan and David, and she'll get back to me on which way we should do it. I accidentally uploaded some purchase orders in the wrong place today because since they were rollovers, they went somewhere else. And she immediately came back and said, hey, I'm sorry I had to deny it, but if you just do this, then we can resubmit it. So I feel like that's really important thing, Board Member Moore, is that when I first met with her, I think probably 2 weeks ago, she was clear that our documentation hadn't been what it should have been and that we weren't really putting in what we should have been. And she kind of started guiding me through the process. And I feel like we can overcome a lot of that. Crystal is super good at helping keep things organized and keeping us on track. And I feel like we have a good chance of receiving more assistance. And I think with this project, just talking to Deborah, that probably this is going to be a joint thing between the district, the trust, and SFD to get it all done. And I feel like she's willing to give us good guidance on which piece should land where.
Okay,
Good.
that's good to know.
Awesome for taking that extra step and establishing that rapport with SFB. I think it will work to help us as we go forward.
I agree.
Linda has done, and Crystal have done a great job kind of repairing or working toward repairing that relationship, which was non-existent over the last 5 months.
Yeah. So thank you, Linda, for that. Any other questions, comments?
Now, we were talking about the emergency thing, and I asked Dr. Reagan about insurance. So how much of this do we think will insurance cover? What are the chances of this being getting support through that emergency? Is there any idea about how all these things are going to come together here?
And Jeff, that's a good question. I think Linda just alluded to it. It's, what is part of the responsibility of the district? What will the trust pick up for us through the insurance process? And then with SFD. And I will say, Linda has been so good about the communication to the trust and to SFD, and they know that the seriousness of this. We don't have a dollar amount yet, but we also know we're not even to that point. We're just trying to get school back in,
Sure.
and then we're gonna definitely keep you updated and apprised of what this financial situation will look like.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? All right, then, all in favor of approving this motion, say aye.
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 Okay. Item 2.2, action to authorize the submission of an emergency projects application to the School Facilities Board relating to item 2.1. And I move to approve the emergency resolution regarding the submission of an application to the Division of School Facilities as presented to the governing board, thereby authorizing the superintendent to submit the application on behalf of the district. I further move to authorize the board president to sign the emergency resolution on behalf of the board. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second, sorry.
So
So
moved.
moved.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? Okay, then all in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay. Item 3, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, we are adjourned and it is 4:20, or excuse me, 4:24. So thank you, everybody. and
Thank
have
you,
a good
everyone.
Thank you.
Thank